Welcome to Automate with Amit. And in today's session, we are going to see some other processes which we do in Git and GitHub. While working on any particular uh, project, there are some other uh, activities also we do in order to working on Git. Okay, so let's understand what we learned today, yesterday. So actually, we understood what is repository. Okay, so repository, we understood what was the repository, then what are different types of repository. Okay, so there are, we understood that there are three different types. So first is not three different type, but local repository. And remote repository. So, okay, we also understood what is the versioning of any particular versioning of any project. Okay, so we understood what was the versioning, and then in versioning we uh, got to know there are different types of versioning. Okay, types of versioning. Now, what are different types? So first was local versioning, where whatever project is on my laptop or local system, we use that only, and we use the folders basically to maintain the versions. Second is centralized versioning, and third is distributed centralized versioning system. Okay, so we understood all of these three, and for Git is an example of distributed centralized versioning system. So example over here is Git. And centralized, what is the example of centralized? Is TFS. So what is TFS basically? TFS is Team Foundation Server. So Team Foundation Server. So this TFS is also used in multiple companies. So Team Foundation Server, but nowadays what is happening? Most of the companies are switching on Git. So you will be finding out Git everywhere. Local versioning is not used. So we don't used, this is not used. Okay, so this is what we learned yesterday, and how different team members collaborate, okay, to work on a single project. So this is what we learned. And also we learned that how to clone the project using GitHub. Also, we learned how to check in, or not check in, but push the code, how to commit and push the code to local and remote repository. Okay, so this all we covered yesterday. Now today we are going to use or we are going to learn some more different some more use cases. So what are those? So today we are going to see, today is week 5, day 2. So now we learned here, load your project to IntelliJ IDEA from Git, which is, this is what is cloning. So we learned this, okay, how to see local changes and commit the changes. Okay, so how to see local changes. So what is this? First of all, let's understand that. Okay, local changes. Now you see, yesterday when I was explaining, you saw that whatever changes, so this was the project we were working on, correct? Now let me, so this was demo clone, and this was the project I had cloned from my remote repository to my local computer system. Okay, now I'm just opening the one which I was working on. So AWA 8 weeks. Java challenge. This is where I was working on. Correct. This was the project I was working on. Now let's understand this. Here, if you see in this Git window over here at the left bottom, so here are two different folders, or you can say branches, current branches it is showing under head. Okay, first is local repository and second is remote. So whatever branches are there in your local and whatever branches are there in your remote, it is going to show up here. So now let's understand what is branches. You see, when we have this particular code, okay, this is my project on my remote repository. Okay, so this is my project on remote. Okay, so this is my project on remote repository. Now, if I wanted to take the copy of this particular project itself, okay, so what are branches? If I'm making the copy of this, so if I'm taking the copy of this, copy of your project, okay, so the main project where it is all the where your whole code is kept is called as master. So master is what? So like master is just the code which is the actual whole code. Okay, so what happens, in any particular team, let's suppose um, okay, so let's suppose there all the teams have worked on all the teams have worked on all the so each team member has worked on some feature. Now what they did, basically they all of them have merged their changes. Okay, so like yesterday I explained, so all of them are working on some different features. Let's suppose this is working on creating post. He is working on creating reels. He is creating to work on Insta. He is working on to create some other thing. Okay, Insta post. Okay, so he is working on all these things. Now they have combined all the code. So now this whole combined code is called as master code. Okay, or you can say master. So we say that this is master branch. Okay, so like in particular tree, what happens? If there is a tree and in here, what happens? From one branch, there are different branches. Okay, so like over here, this is the main, root, or you can say main stem from where all the branches are coming, right? So likewise, over here, this is my whole code. Now, if somebody has to work, okay, so what they can do, they can take the copy of this whole code on their system. And once they are done with their code, what they will do, whatever changes they made, they are going to merge their changes in the main code, or they can say in the master. Okay, so what is this? They had created a branch. Okay, so created a branch, and the same code is here. The person has worked on that particular changes, whatever changes or features they wanted to do. And once they completed, they merged back the code in the master branch. Okay, so now this branch can be anything, like he or she can name it anything, but they create the branch. So branch is what? Just the copy of the main code, your main code. Okay, so this is called as main branch. And over here, if you see in remote, you see you have master branch. Okay, in your local also there is master. So like, if you remember, I had explained that in a distributed system, what happens? This is a remote repository. Okay, so here is one master. Okay, here is master code. And now what happens? You have one local repository. Okay, and the same code is here. So this is your local master. Okay, so local repositories master branch. Okay, master branch. Okay, and then you have your working copy. So where exactly you are changing the code. Okay, once you change the code, you commit your changes in your uh, local repository, and then push the changes in the remote repository. And then once again, if you have to take latest, so you take latest, and it is called latest code basically. So in general terms, it is called I am taking latest. That means latest code. Okay, or they can say for that this pull is used. Okay, so I'm pulling the code from my remote repository to my local repository. Okay, so now if you see this local is my local master is what? Local master is my branch. Okay, and this is here. Now let's suppose I made right now what is here. I checked in code. Okay, one more thing. Check in is another term. So when we push or commit any code, okay, so a general term is check in. Okay, check in means we are committing my code. We are committing our code in the either local repository or to remote repository. So in general terms, it is called that I am checking my code. I am checking in my code in some branch or some local repository or some remote repository. So it is general term. Now let's come back. So now whatever code was there on my local system, now that is available in my remote repository also with me also. Okay, with my local repository also. So this is both. There are both the things. Now let's suppose I worked again. So let's suppose I have again made changes on this in this class. So let's suppose I had created some method, public void create, or I made learn a repository. Okay, so I created this particular method. Now, as I save the changes, you will see in commit here, you will see there is the files. So it is saying that there are two changes, like two files where you have made the changes. Okay, so this is called tracking basically. Okay, so you are tracking the changes. This Git is tracking the changes. So whatever changes you have made, it is tracking your changes. Okay, so right now you have made changes to only one file, and let's suppose you have made changes to let's suppose you made some changes to another file as well. Okay, so here is Okay, so let's suppose I have made some changes over here also. So I am creating public void learn GitHub. Okay, so I have created one more method over here. So now if you see in commit here, you see there are two files which are displaying over here. That means it is now tracked. These files are getting tracked by Git. Okay, so now let's suppose right now what is here, whatever files I have, I may not be able to see everything at once. So what I can see over here, I can see the changes. So let's suppose there may be 10 number of 15 or 100 changes are there. So how to see what is the previous change, previous thing and new change? So just you need to double click on this and this kind of window will open. Okay, if you click on any particular. So over here you will see it is showing the change. Okay, it is showing the change. So what is the change? It is showing that this green over here, it is new change which has been introduced. Okay, and now let's suppose we had made some changes here also. Okay, so like as out making changes here as well. Okay, so see, as soon as you made some changes, it is showing you the places. So like over here, if you see, okay, so here, if you see, it is showing the changes over here. See, now here at this point, if you see, it is showing you that this is this was the line which is not used over here. Okay, now if you go over here, you see it is showing that, or okay, so like over here, you see this particular here. So you can use this arrow keys to see the changes. Like in next file, if you wanted to see, you can click in here. So in this particular file, it is showing the changes where exactly we made changes. And in the previous file, if we wanted to see, we can see that changes over here. And this down arrow key is going to show you the next difference. So when I clicked, you see we reached at this place where it is showing that this particular place was not. If I click over here, you see it is showing one modified. So that means it has got modified over here. Okay, and this is also the place where it got modified. Okay, so from here, basically, we can track the changes. Now, again, if I have to make the commit, so I just need to give the commit. So like before that, I need to select those files. Okay, so I need to select whichever file is required to be committed. Okay, so I can say that modified the changes, the files. Okay, or whatever changes you have made or any member makes, they put comment over here saying what is the change which we had made in the files so that they can track further. So, okay, just click on commit and then it is going to, okay, 2 files committed. Okay, so it is showing that it 2 modified files. Now I can go and commit and push. Sorry, okay, select files to commit. So I already have committed. So now if I have to push the changes, just I need to go push all up to here. Okay, that means it is going to push everything from this window to your um, remote window. Okay, so just right click and click on push all up to here. So now it is going to like select that which particular branch you are going to push. So here it has selected your origin branch, and here it has selected the master. So like your master is going to be your master branch is going to be checking into the remote repositories master branch. Okay, so now we have only one branch. So by default, it is selecting over here the same branch, and in we will learn how to create branches and work on that. So it is going to show us what are different branches also. So it has taken all the files over here which we had committed. So right now it is in my local repository. So just I need to click on push, and now it is going to ask, I think, for token. I think it is going to ask for asks for only one time. Okay, so once we have given the a token or login to our remote repository, it is not going to ask again and again. So it has pushed one commit to master. So now let's see if I have to check whether it got pushed or not. So now I am going to okay, so GitHub over here. And now if you see, okay, so I need to just open the same repository where my repository was. So this was the repository. Just click, you see it is showing me updated 1 minute ago. Okay, so now if you see, if I come here, it is showing Amit modified the files. So if I just click over here, you see it is showing me the changes. So learn GitHub, this is showing me plus plus, that means it has been added. Okay, and this also it is showing plus, that means it has making change here as well is also appearing over here. And there were 2 files which got changed, correct? So all the changes have been uploaded to remote repository. So that's how we track the changes, and we commit again and again. So now this, whatever changes we make, that gets committed to the remote repository, and I mean, that gets committed to the local repository and eventually get pushed to remote repository. And the same process can be done again and again. Like another member is there. Once I had made changes, now I can say that, okay, I had made some changes. You can take the latest code. Okay, so other person will take the latest. That means he is also going to work on the latest code as per whatever other members are pushing. Okay, so that's how other persons work. Now let's see how to create the branches. So I just explained what are branches. Now let's see how are we going to create the branches. So now why branches are required? So branches are required so that each and every member does not work on the same code. Okay, because we have one code, and if because I have, as a team, we have one code. Okay, now if everyone else is going to work on the same code, okay, then what will happen? They may make mistakes, and eventually my main project gets hampered or may land up into the multiple issues. So what happens? Instead of working on main project, okay, creating main project and taking this is my remote repository and this is my local repository, and then eventually this is my working copy. So like this, instead of working like this, what they do, we create the branches. Okay, so we just create the copy of this particular master branch, and eventually we work on this. And once our changes is done, so like this is also local repository and working copy. And once my changes are done, okay, once my changes are done, I am going to push or merge this branch into the master branch. Okay, so that's how we work. So that's why branch is required. Now, how we can create the branch? So just go on this place. So right click, new branch from master. Okay, so and also this particular option, show diff with working tree. So what is working tree? Working tree is the same. This like a working copy or working tree, both are same. Okay, so show difference with working tree. Now to create new branch, basically we click on new branch from master. Okay, now it is asking what is the branch name. So let's suppose I am working on the I am working on some reels. Okay, reels functionality. Okay, reels functionality. And now what I did, I have just clicked on create. And once, okay, so now I have this local branch available. So this is my local branch. Okay, now what is the so any particular branch where you are working on, we use this checkout. Okay, so if I have to work on this particular branch, master branch, then I can click on right click on this and click on checkout. So once you check out, then only you are going to work on that particular branch. Okay, and so right now this is the branch I am working on. Okay, so now if I have to work on this particular branch, then I need to right click and click on checkout, and in that way, see, it is showing checking out master. So now I am this particular branch got selected, right? Now if I have to again work back on this, so like that we can switch. So whichever branch you are working on, you can switch over. Okay, so now all the things, all the files are going to be available here also. Okay, so right now what is here? If you go in your remote repository, then there are no branches as of now. So how to verify whether there are branches or not? See, it is showing one branch. So which is only master here. View all branches. If I click, then there are no branches. You see, it is only master over here. But now I have created one local branch. So this is right now on my local system itself. Okay, I have not pushed this branch onto the remote repository. So in order to push this branch on the on remote repository, just right click and you see this push. So once you click on this push, then it is going to again ask where to push. Like this is the new one. So in origin is what? Origin is again there is one main origin code, and then this is master. So like that, this is master. And then you are creating the branch. So this is another branch. So it is like this. Okay, so whichever, so if you are making branch from this, so you can do like this. You are making branch from this. So any number of branches can be created from any number. So going further, if you are creating branch of this, so like that, I mean, you can create the branches. So now here, so it is saying that you need to, or you are going to like push the code for origin branch into the origin. So I just need to push this, and once it is get pushed, I will be able to see the new branch. Okay, so it pushed. So now if I go and just refresh this, okay, so you see your branches, this is the Reels functionality branch. Okay, so this is the branch. Now we got two branches. Okay, so now if I go over here and see, it is going to show me two branches, and just expand. So it is going to show me this Reels functionality branches also. So likewise, I mean, you can create branches from here also. Okay, So from remote repository itself, so you can click in here and new branch name. So like Facebook post branch. Okay, so now I have created new branch. Now, in order to get the latest, like it is the new branch created over here, but this is available in the remote repository. Now my local repository is not having that branch. Okay, so if I just okay, so now if I have to take if I now take the latest code, then I will be getting the next branch also. So I need to take the latest, like pull into. So for taking the latest, basically we use pull. Okay, so right click in here and you can fetch all remotes. So, or fetch is the different thing, like you are taking all the branches. So you can click on this fetch all. So once you click on that, you see now from your remote, you got the new branch in your local also. Okay, but right now this branch is not available in my local. Okay, local repository, it is not available. So just what happened? So when I fetched my remote repository in my system, in my local system got updated. Okay, and now if I have to like update everything, or I wanted to take the latest over here, like update selected. So if I wanted to update this, okay, so it is got updated now. And if I wanted to take the latest from here also, so I can take the latest. So see over here also, if I wanted to fetch this branch also to my local, I just need to click in here and it is going to be available. So if I have to work on this, then I just need to right click and check out. So now I will, this is going to be available in my local also, and I can work on this particular branch. Okay. So in that way, what happens, whatever changes I am going to make related to my Facebook post related things. So if I am working on this particular branch, let's suppose I had made some code or written some code related to Facebook post. So let's public void create Facebook post. Okay, so I have created this particular method over here. Okay, so now let me check in this code again. So if I go and commit, see this is available over here. Okay, I just clicked and let's suppose I have like created Facebook post method. Okay, so now I can click on commit and then push, or I can do both at once. So commit and push. So commit and push check failed. Okay, commit anyway and push. Okay, so now it is asking again that do you want to push? So see now it already selected the Facebook post branch. So that branch only. So push. Okay, so once it is done, then we will be able to see so it got updated. Okay, so now if I have to see the changes, now let's suppose I have updated. Now you see whatever changes I had made is only going to be available in the Facebook branch. So if I go in Facebook post branch and over here, if I have to see, okay, and if I have to see, okay, so you see it is available create Facebook post. Okay, so it is available over here, but this is not going to be available in other branch. Okay, why? Because I had made the changes only in the Facebook branch. So variable and data type.java, this was the file, right? So let's check if let's check. Okay, so let's check if that particular file is having that method or not. Okay, so here I am going to go on Reels functionality. So let's suppose I have selected that. Okay, now my Reels functionality is here, and over here variable and data types was the method, was the class. So this is the class. Let me click on here and see that method is not available in the Reels functionality. But if I change my branch over here, okay, so see this method is available in the Facebook post branch. Okay, so that's how we work on different branches. So like here again, I can, now let's suppose I had worked on post branch. Now I wanted to work on this particular branch, Reels functionality. Now I right click and check out. Okay, and then I just gone on, not new, but the project, and let's suppose variable and data type. And over here, I have created public void and create Reels. Okay, I have created this method, and now I am going to commit this particular file over here, created Reels method. Okay, and now I wanted to commit and push. So changes related to Reels are going to be available in the Reels. Okay, just let me refresh this. Okay, so now this is post Facebook branch, Facebook post branch. So create Facebook post is here. And if I select Reels functionality, then I should be seeing create Reels method. Okay, so now both changes are different because we are working on different branches. Okay, now as I said, these person, let's suppose this person was working on Reels, this person was working on Facebook posts. Now both have worked on their own changes. Now they wanted to merge, okay, into the master. So this is the master, right? Now they wanted to merge the code into the master. Okay, so now how they can merge this code? So for that, just again come back here, and what we need to do, let's suppose we wanted to merge Facebook post branch into the master. So now if I wanted to see the same code is not going to be available in master. So both methods are available in different branches. Master is not having any of the methods. Okay, so let's suppose I am switching to master. So you see, none of the code is available into the master. So let's suppose now two persons have worked on the same file. Now what they wanted to do, they wanted to commit their code, or they wanted to push their code into the master branch. So how do they do? They are going to merge the branches. Okay, so just right click and or right click, new branch, show difference, update, push, rename. Okay, so here it is. Just let's suppose in whichever branch you wanted to merge, like I wanted to like both of them don't want to merge. So like in case this Facebook now want to merge into this branch, and then eventually they wanted to merge in master. Okay, so what they can do, with whichever branch you wanted to merge in another, just right click, and over here if you see, it is showing merge Facebook post into Reels functionality. It is showing. Okay. Or you can see, right click and merge reels, merge master into reels. So whichever is selected right now. So I was working on reels branch. So that's why both rest of the both are showing that merge into this. Okay. So now if I have to merge this, whole code into the master. So I need to check out this, like checkout means select that. Okay. So I have just selected master. Now I can merge whatever code is there in reels into the master. Okay. So just right click and it is showing merge reels functionality into master. So I just click over here and then, okay, so it is showing merged reels functionality to master. So now if I go back and just refresh, so now it is going to show me, this master is going to show me that reels functionality. Okay, so merged reels functionality into master. So like here, okay. So we have merged the changes into our local. So that's what it is showing, that there are outgoing commits. That means there are some changes which has to be pushed. Okay. So now it is showing over here, you see this here, it is showing that there are some changes which are not committed, not pushed to the your remote repository. Okay. So what we can do here, we can just push the changes to the remote repository. So here I need to just select here, and so this is showing all the commits, by the way. So here I need to just right click and I need to push the changes. Okay, so now just push, and the changes which were on my local repository are going to be available on the remote now. Okay, it is pushed. Now, if I just refresh, then it is going to be available here. Okay, so now my Reels branch got merged into my master. Likewise, I can merge the Facebook also. So merge Facebook branch into the master. Okay, so it is asking merging branch Facebook into the branch master. So I can, okay. So it is saying there are conflicts. Okay. So this is the main things which happen in a real-time project. So conflict is what? Now conflict is like when both of you, like both members have worked on the same line of code. So like over here, you see, this person also made changes on the same line of code, same file and same line of code. And this person also changed the same file at the same line. Now that becomes, when we are merging in the master, that becomes the conflict. So why conflict? Basically, Git says that, okay, now I have this for this same file. Now I have two different codes. Now what should I do? If I am going to update this file, then line number 29 is already having some code, and you are going to push another branch which has some other code at this line. So in that scenario, basically, Git asks that whether you wanted to resolve the conflict or not. Okay, so I just wanted to resolve this conflict. So I just wanted to see. So it is going to provide me three different options. So it is going to say accept yours. That means whichever branch. So I am right now merging my Facebook branch into the master. So it is saying that, okay, whatever is there, uh, overwrite it. Like if I just click on accept yours, that means this Facebook branch was having what? Create post, right? So that method is going to be overwritten at the lines where it was conflicting. So like, for example, over here, let's suppose I have right now 29, 30, 31 lines, this method. And let's suppose in Facebook branch, I have written code for 30 and 31 and 32. So what will happen? This 29 line number code will from 30, 31 and 32. This line of code is going to be overwritten, and this is going to cause us many issues or compile time issues. So always we have to merge the click on merge and then see what is there and what is there and what you wanted to change. So like over here, if you see, it is showing me that at this place changes from master, it is showing that it has create reels. But at left side, you see, at right side, what it is showing? It is showing that okay, so it is showing that you have in the Facebook post branch over here, you see Facebook post branch has line number 29, 30, 31 different method. And over here in this master branch, line number 29, 30, 31 has different method. And in here in the in the middle, basically it is showing what should I keep. So either you can take both or reject both, or you can take both. Okay, maybe you wanted to keep the reels functionality as well and post functionality as well. So I need to click on here. So in that way, this change got selected and I can take this also. So see, if I have to take this also, it is showing that it is going to be to be below this. Okay, so all changes have been processed. That means all the conflicts got resolved. Okay, so we have taken both the changes. Okay, once we have taken the changes, I can click on apply, and this is going to be merged into the master. So merging master, it is showing. So it got merged now, and now what we can do, we can push the changes. Okay, so I'm just pushing the changes from my master to my report repository. Okay, so it is showing everything up to date. So now if I just refresh, then my code is going to have both the methods. Okay, so right now we haven't pushed this. Okay, so right click and then push this master here. Okay, sorry. I mean, after merging, basically, I did not commit the changes. That's why it is showing everything up to date. But you see, it is showing me the merged file now. Okay, so merged file is having both the files, both the methods. So I did not commit it actually. That's why it is showing like that. Okay, so now I can commit. Committing to master after merging from Facebook branch. Okay, so I'm just committing and pushing both at the same time. So it is saying that changes are excluded. So I don't want that. Okay, so it is showing that commit anyway, commit and push anyway. Okay, so just push. Okay, so now everything is up to date and everything is available now. Okay, so now if I go and just refresh this, then I should be getting all the code over here. Okay, so that's how we do multiple things like creating branches, now working on different branches, and So what we learned today? So we learned that how to see local changes and commit the changes. Just a moment. Okay. So we saw that how to see local changes and commit the changes basically. Adding new file. So likewise, I mean, we just um, added the not adding new file, but changing the file content and then committing. So, okay, how to see the logs, not required. So how to take changes from remote repo, we learned how to delete the last commit. Okay, so we are not going to look into this. Rest the branch. Okay, so we are not going to. Okay, so we also learned create branches and switch to different branch. Okay, and also we learned that how to manage or merge the conflicts. Okay, so changing the content. Okay, so today we learned all of this, and that is all for today. And we are going to see more things on with this. Basically, we are done with Git or GitHub. So these all are the basic uh, workflows which we follow in Git and GitHub. And there are more other workflows which we follow, but at the beginner level, I think that is the more than enough. We don't need that. Okay, so this is the place from where we can identify. You see, it is showing these lines. So it is showing that this is the main branch. So this is main branch which was going. So from here, what has happened? I created the branch. So you see, created Facebook branch. And then eventually going further, what has happened? It has gone merged. So I have merged into the master branch. Okay, so that's how it shows over here. Okay, so that's what it shows over here. What is the what were the different branches which got created and eventually merged? Okay, once it is merged, you can delete also that particular branch, so that I mean you don't when for that particular purpose for which you have created that con served, so you can delete this particular branch also. Okay, so it got deleted, and eventually if you push this, so you can click on delete. So it is asking delete remote branches also. So if you click on delete, then from remote also it is going to be deleted. Okay, so it got deleted. So over here, if you go and try to see, right now you see there are two other branches. So if I just refresh, then Reels branch is gonna be deleted. Okay. Okay, so we have create and I can say delete the branch and switch to different branches. Okay, so that was all in this particular session. Thank you for joining. I hope this is going to be useful. And in case any questions or query, just do let me know. Thank you.